Hello everybody, my name is Mark Procknik, Librarian at the New Bedford Whaling Museum here to share some stories from the stacks with you. This first one I have is really cool. It's a logbook kept by Captain Mercator Cooper on the whaling ship Manhattan out of Sag Harbor. This was a very interesting voyage. Departed 1843, and it was one of the very first whaling voyages that went into the Sea of Irkutsk for whaling, which is pretty cool in terms of whaling history. But what happened during the voyage, prior to that, is actually where the story is. So at some point, Captain Cooper and his crew found some shipwrecked Japanese men. So they picked them up, like good Samaritans, and they sailed with them on the voyage. Eventually, they wanted to return them to Japan. So when they went by Japan, they actually pulled right in to Tokyo, written as Edo in here. The interesting thing worth noting is this is the 1840s. All right, Japan had closed its doors to the outside world at this time. They didn't allow anybody inside that wasn't Japanese. So it's interesting. They allowed Captain Cooper to sail into port. Okay, and as Captain Cooper writes, he's greeted with a lot of fanfare. A lot of boats went out to greet the ship. It was it was a huge event, especially for the crew and even for the Japanese. But one entry in particular, on April 20th, 1845, I think really sums up the whole experience. So Captain Cooper, he writes, "The Emperor sends his compliments to me and thanks me for picking up their men, and sends me word that I must not come again." So basically what's happening here is the Emperor is saying, thanks a lot, I really appreciate you guys picking up my Japanese, subjects for me, but you're still not allowed in Japan, so thank you for dropping them off, get out of here, I don't ever want to see you again. Which I think is really cool, and this is a very significant moment, not just in whaling history, but in American history and in Japanese relations too, because nobody was sailing to Japan at this time. But here we are, Captain Cooper, a whaling ship does, he's permitted to. They say thank you, but they make the message clear that no one is to come back. And that's exactly what happens. They drop off the Japanese men, everyone's happy, Captain Cooper heads out, hits the Sea of Irkutsk, does some more whaling, comes back at port in Sag Harbor, voyage completed. And the entries, it's not very long, and they're only in Japan for about, I'd say, 3 or 4 days. But the history is well known, and this gem is in our logbook collection here at the Whaling Museum.